Hello friends, I'm Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I hope things in your world are good. Here, I'm not doing Swift. I feel icky. Last 2 days I've had like afternoon nausea, inexplicably just nauseous. Today I actually threw up at work, so I came home early. Pretty miserable. So I don't know if that's nerves. I hope it's not nerves, but we'll see. So today I had a bit of a advancement in something related to the new business that I thought about talking next week, but we'll just get it out of the way here because it's not really that exciting. But essentially, what happened was my agency is being shut down by the government. We were a service agency that serviced schools. And I recognized that there was school districts that were looking for a solution to a problem. And all of the current solutions are either extremely expensive or way over bloated. Like just these, So I wrote a solution. Well, the tricky thing is I wrote that solution at my work, on work time, on work software, on work computers. So everything that I did there belongs to my agency. And when my agency gets dissolved, that is an asset. And so when we get dissolved, we are going to be divided up amongst the 12 member counties. And so one of them could just assume control of the software. Now, I don't think that's really going to be the case because I'm not aware of anybody in any of our 12 counties that could actually maintain the software or could even understand it. So I don't think that's going to be the case. But legally, I'm in a really scary zone because if I do go forward with this, when I go forward with this, it could come back on me. People could say, hey, wait a minute, this was written on, this is a state asset, essentially, which they're correct. So part of what I've done is said I'm going to completely rewrite this thing from scratch. It'll function essentially identically, but it will, behind the scenes, it'll be a completely different way of doing it. And we'll go from there, right? So I've been playing. First of all, the original was written in PHP, and this one probably will be also. But I'm exploring other options. I've looked into some of the frameworks that people love, especially some of the JavaScript stuff like Angular and React. And I played with them quite a bit. I played with Angular quite a bit today, and I can't stand it. I don't mind the structure of it. One thing I don't like is client-side code. In a server application, I don't want the client to have any control over what's happening. That just means that I have to write a whole lot more fail-safes. And while that's a good practice, it's also really annoying. But the main reason I didn't like playing with Angular today was I don't like the way it's written. It hides itself inside the HTML. And next week I'll try to show you some examples of that if you're not aware of what that means. But it basically creates these like fake HTML objects or syntax and just kind of hides in there. So if you're just like trying to open this file in a text editor and read it, the code doesn't stand out. And that I have a problem with. Like that is not ideal to me. That's bad design. No different than we don't put style in the HTML. We put it in a separate style sheet. To me, code should be separated from presentation. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just me being weird. But regardless, that's all. We'll talk about that next week, I guess. I don't even know why I mentioned that. I don't feel good. Today, I began discussions with my agency. Can I buy my code? Can I purchase my intellectual property? It was my intellectual design, so. But can I buy back my intellectual property from my agency so that going forward, I don't have to worry about it being an issue? And I think the answer is yes. We are working with our lawyer and such to try to make that come to terms so that legally going forward, I'm perfectly clean. And yeah, that'll happen soon, I think. So that was really what I wanted to tell you, but that's it. So I feel like crap. I'm going to cut it there. I know it's a short video, but that's just what it is. I feel this nausea, it's in my stomach, but the throw up is like I had to unbutton my shirt earlier because something pushing on my neck made me want to vomit. So I don't know what the hell that means. So any doctors that watch this, please let me know what that means, because it might mean something important. Thank you for being here. I would love to know if you have any more questions about my software for next week. I got quite a few emails, quite a few comments, and Facebook messages and Twitter messages. So please continue asking questions about my new business so that next week I have good content for you. Thanks, as always, for leaving wonderful comments, giving me the big thumbs up. And if you're new here, please subscribe and welcome. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from the Huffington Post. Is gelato different from ice cream? Gelato has less fat than ice cream. While ice cream is normally heavy on the cream and has a fat content of at least 10%, gelato uses more milk than cream and generally also uses less egg yolks, if any. Ice creams are turned faster and harder than gelato. Egg yolks? I've never put egg yolks in homemade ice cream.